As part of the World Happiness Project, we've really enjoyed working closely with Lyle. She's an expert on laughter yoga, but also on aging happily. And we have got a video here specially made for us by Leslie. She was going to be speaking at our conference, but we had to make the conference virtual because of the coronavirus. So she made us this video. And here it is, Lyle.
Originally, I was going to give a talk which was going to be called Thriving, Not Just Surviving in Adversity. And it was largely based on my own experience of a challenging health situation where I use positive psychology interventions from the science of positive psychology to help me cope. But I could never have anticipated how life would change in just a few weeks. And suddenly that journey that I took, that diagnosis, the surgery and treatment for bowel cancer, has almost faded into insignificance in comparison to what's happening around the world today. Things that are affecting every single one of us in one way or another. So now my message would be more on actually surviving, finding ways to cope with the multitude of challenges that we're all going to potentially face every day. And I would advocate taking one day at a time, practice mindfulness, and doing the very best we can with the resources that we have. So not in any way wishing to minimise the terrible consequences of this virus and the devastating effects it will have for numerous families around the world. I have been so uplifted by the positive responses from the general public. Now, you're probably aware that a lot of research shows that gratitude is the most common habit and behaviour of people who are happy, healthy and successful. And there's lots of positive psychology interventions like gratitude diary writing or writing a gratitude letter, which have been shown to increase well-being. And now it's being expressed in so many different ways by so many different people. It's heartening. We're so grateful and appreciative of people like the NHS staff, shop assistants, refuse collectors, cleaners, delivery drivers, volunteers and other service providers. And we demonstrate our appreciation in a number of ways. For instance, on a Thursday, millions of people around the UK are shouting, cheering and applauding to show their appreciation. And there are messages and videos online, there's posters in windows, so many creative ways to say thank you. And what strikes me is that these people who we're so grateful to have almost been invisible to us for a lot of the time, completely outside our conscious awareness. And suddenly it's apparent how important these people are, how reliant we are, and how much worse this situation would be without them. May we never take them for granted again. And the news, although of course it's showing very upsetting statistics about the number of people who've been struck down by this COVID-19 virus, are also showing how communities are pulling together, the creativity that the ideas are coming up with while still maintaining social distance. People literally dancing in the street, and people who've lived for years in the same street without really knowing their neighbours are now connecting and supporting each other. People around the world are singing, they're playing instruments, and they're coming together, united. Now, modern technology means that we can stay in touch with our families online, but of course it's not the same. Museums and art galleries and zoos are giving free virtual tours to relieve boredom for people. And other people are giving away their online material from their courses. People are getting education and entertainment. And for many of us, it's been a time for deep reflection, an opportunity to really reassess our values and consider what really matters. People and experiences outweighing any pleasures from things. And the simple things in life that we miss most seem to be those that previously we've just taken for granted. And when this is over, and it will eventually be over, we should ask ourselves the question, what sort of back to normal do we want? What do we want normal to be in the future? How might our values have changed? Maybe we'll place more value on family, community, having more time, more freedom, being out in nature, and then prioritising the importance of cooperation, friendship, love, compassion and kindness more than ever before. We may be less motivated to chase material wealth and driving ambition. And my hope is that we realise and recognise that every single one of us matters, and that we remember, or perhaps discover for the first time, the relevance of the 9-line prose by John Donne, in which he explains why no man is an island.